celebrated artists, his distinctive style and best-selling prints have seen him recently voted the Published Artist of the Year. And his current exhibition, Drawn to Life, is packing him in at Birmingham's International Convention Centre. Now, although he selects his subjects from a wide palette, he's become best known for his beautifully natural pictures of beautiful girls, well, au naturel, to be blunt about it. And here now to unveil some of his painting secrets is Gordon King. Exhibition actually going in Birmingham. It's last day tomorrow, of course.
Brilliant. We had a fantastic time. It was celebrating my 60th birthday, and it actually started at the weekend of my birthday, which is June the 6th, D-Day.
So is it not? But I mean, if you're drawing on, you're celebrating 60 years. Were you actually drawing on 60? Your painting life.
Yeah, I mean, I think I started painting very young. Sort of 5, 6. I mean, I was quite serious about it, and I was entering competitions, and...
Can you really tell? I mean, lots of people at home be sitting there thinking, well, my little girl's very good at staying in the lines when she's colouring in her Teletubbies comic. Yeah. Can you actually tell from a young age that someone is gifted?
I think you can. I mean, I've seen lots of children. My youngest son, Fraser's an artist. He went to did a degree at Liverpool, and he now paints for a living, and so I've seen it with him, and I've certainly seen it with other people that have come to see me with their children, and I find that very interesting, actually, and I'm always very keen to help. I think you've got to let them be their own person, though, today.
Well, I know you're going to give us a few tips a bit later on, but talk us through some of the paintings that you're showing at the exhibition.
Well, there's basically 60 paintings, which were the exhibition, which makes up this book, Drawn from Life, and these are just 3 of them which have been reproduced. The main painting... Can
we look at this one? Because I spotted you, I think.
Oh, that's me in it,
I spotted you in the mirror there.
Well, it's Model to Artist, that's the title. And the idea was that, because it was my birthday show, that I was going to go in the painting as well. And
it's a bit Alfred Hitchcockish, isn't it?
A little bit.
Much better looking, of course.
Yes, I mean, Rembrandt did it all the time, but I did a lot of drawings of myself, but rarely do I paint myself. But this was quite interesting to get myself in the painting. And the girl that modelled for me, I just like the idea of the contact between the artist and the model. It's quite interesting.
Well, I suspect it is, and I'm sure that every man in the land would want your job. Was that awfully, when you first start doing life paintings, is that a wee bit embarrassing for you?
The first time I ever did a life class, I was 15 years of age, and I went along to the life drawing class at Reading University, and I got there early, and the model was sitting there with virtually nothing on. And I was 15 years of age, and she said, "Do you like a cup of tea?" And I thought, wow, that's really nice of you. Thank you very much. And I sat there, and from then on, I always got there early because I had a cup of tea with her. And she was terribly old. She was probably 30, with blonde hair.
Yeah, I've heard everything now. You got there early because she made you a cup of tea. Yes.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes,
I mean, I was 15
I'm not sure whether we believe you on that one.
Yeah,
now,
I was hooked on painting girls.
This is a very sensual picture, isn't it?
Yeah, this is a young lady that models for me, and that's very much a studio painting. I mean, I set it up in the studio, and if you see the book, there's a photograph of me working in the studio, and it's just a classic one. Yeah. My publishers actually wanted to call it handcuffs, and I said, no way, no way.
She's not wearing handcuffs.
No, she's not.
I've got a rather pretty bracelet.
Yes, it is, but it was...
What sort of show am I on today?
Yes, that's right, yes.
Now, Gordon, this one behind, this is a very special one,
Yeah, this is the lead painting for my show. I mean, this girl, Anna, lives on the South Coast, who's been modelling for me since she was 15. And she phoned me up last year and said, "I just bought myself a wedding dress." I said, "But you're not getting married, Anna." And she said, "Yeah, but I had to buy it." So that's the wedding dress that Anna bought. And I loved it so much in the sense the feeling was celebration.
Yes.
And this is where I brought the theme story in. And for my shows, for the last 10 years, I've always painted myself a tie. And this year I painted a waistcoat to go, so you can actually see it.
Can we get a shot of the waistcoat?
This is the waistcoat that I painted for the show, with the painting on it. It's
So you've got champagne there as well. Now, you obviously develop a very close rapport with your models, but is it in a way more satisfying to paint closer to home?
I think it's wonderful when you sort of look around. I mean, I used to I started doing these paintings back in the 70s, and the first model I really used was my 15-year-old daughter. And these were what I call flower girl paintings, and they were girls just sitting in gardens, and from it's her friends, and then my eldest son Richard's girlfriends, and they were all around me. I had my models there.
And you've done some recently for your daughter-in-law, I think, haven't you?
Yeah, I mean, probably one of the most successful paintings in the show was a painting of Jane, my daughter-in-law, Richard's wife, with my grandson Spence, little Spence, a week old. I mean, he's now, that was painted last year, he's now just over a year.
Absolutely beautiful. Now, I was saying earlier that you're going to give us a few tips. And of course, you professionals, well, you make it look too easy, don't you? Have a look at this piece of film. What's happening?
This is some film that we did for a program called Close Up last year, and they spent a day with me painting. The young lady is, in fact, married now to an ex-Danish footballer and now lives in Denmark, so I've lost her as a model in a way, but...
No, you do. What do you need to be going on? There's a lot of expensive equipment involved.
No, actually, if watercolours, it's got to be the cheapest medium. I mean, let me show you this. This is what I call my mucky hole.
It looks
now look at this,
disgusting.
folks. I mean, this has never ever been cleaned out. I just every so often squeeze more paint onto there. Yeah. I use this for backgrounds and colour and everything.
So you need a mucky box.
Hole.
You obviously need brushes. Now, are they expensive?
The small ones are very expensive for what you get, a few hairs, but they're important.
Right.
Very important.
So concentrate on the small ones.
The small ones to be the best quality, and as you get bigger, you can start going into nylon and things like that, and they'll last for ages.
Okay.
I mean, that's the good thing.
Now,
about it.
I imagine, not being an artist, but I imagine painting a face must be about the most tricky thing you can do.
I think it's an enjoyable bit for me. I mean, the eyes and the sparkle and everything. It's quite good.
Where do you normally get your models from? You know, you've talked about family members.
I'm very lucky, you know. I mean, they sort of come to me now.
Well, you're even luckier because that is exactly what's going to happen. A model is going to come to you.
You?
Our very own Sally. Model chef.
Oh, Sally.
Model everything. Now look. Do you think we could set you a challenge? Could you paint Sally's face? And I don't mean makeup. Could you paint Sally's face by the end of the show?
We'll have a go.
Yeah. What do you think?
Side do you want?
What do you think, Sally?
I'd love it, but what side? What's my best? I don't know which my best.
Well, that's one of the most important things when you actually paint a portrait or just paint a sketch of somebody is to get the pose right, because I mean, once you've set on the pose, I mean that's.
I'm going to leave you to sort this out in the break. Good luck, the two of you.
Okay,
it starts
we'll
now. And actually, I haven't thanked you. How rude of me, Gordon King, ladies and gentlemen. After the break, we unearth the darker side of crime with a forensic scientist whose first novel entered the Sunday Times bestseller list at #1. She is Kathy Reichs. Until then, keep them peeled.
60s.